In the last videos, I was talking about, I introduced integral calculus integration as area bounded under the curve f of x, which is continuous from the point A to B. I also discussed another concept, which I listed the properties of integrals, So right now, I want to discuss the techniques and also discuss the different functions and their integral. The first basic function I'm going to talk about is a constant function, or let me just call it a polynomial or algebraic function of this nature. So if we have something of this nature, x raised to the power of n, x raised to the power of n, let me add a coefficient, let me leave it like that. So if we have something of this nature, what happens when we integrate this with respect to x? What happens when we integrate this? For now, let us leave the limits. For now, this will be the same thing as, remember in the properties, I told you that you can put this constant outside the integral sign and have a integral xn dx. Remember I said that. And the integral of this is the same thing as a raised to the power of n plus 1 divided plus an arbitrary constant c. So you leave a constant c. Now, the question is, where do you get all this from? It's very simple. The truth is that integration is just a reverse process of differentiation. Basically everything you see in the concept of integration is a reverse process of differentiation. So this is not just coming out from the sky. You see that if we differentiate what we have here, you're going to have this. So all you need to do is have a good grasp of your integration, of your differentiation. And once you have a good grasp of your differentiation, then you know your integration. The reverse is just the case. So this is what you have when you do this. When we differentiate this, you see you have n plus 1 a x into n plus 1 minus 1. You remember differentiation in my video? Divided by n plus 1. Then if you differentiate the constant, it gives us 0. If this cancels this, you have 1 cancels this, you see we have x raised to the power of n left, which is the original thing. So differentiation is a reverse process of integration, and integration is also a reverse process of differentiation. No big deal. So take note of this formula. This formula is also used for this, but there is a condition. The condition that n must not be minus 1. If n is minus 1, this is going to be undefined. So let us solve a very simple problem on that before we move on. Let us find the integral from 0 to 1 of 3x raised to the power of, 4x raised to the power of 3 plus 3x raised to the power of 2 plus 1. So this is what we want to do. The first problem we want to solve on this area. And how do we do that? Very simple. Applying this formula, you simply add 1 to this. Simply add 1 to this, so that will give you 4. 3 plus 1 is 4 over 3 plus 1. This will be 3, 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1. This is the same thing as, take note, let's go up here. It's the same thing like this. So that is going to give us 0 plus 1 divided by 0 plus 1, and that is going to give us x, or say 1x. Take note, if it was 5, that would have been 5 here, and this would have been 5x. So this is going to be 1x. Yes, that's just x. From 0 to 1. So we put this bracket here, and we'll take this from 0 to 1. In a definite integral, we don't need to put plus c. That's really necessary to put there. We want to put it there. It's no problem. It's okay. So this is going to give us, okay, let's just put plus c. So this is going to give us 4x to the power of 4 divided by 4 plus 3x cubed divided by 3 plus x from 0 to 1. And what we do with this 0 to 1 or with this a to b, we substitute them. So let's do that substitution gently here. So we do that substitution gently here, and we're going to be having, remember this will cancel this and this will cancel this. So we are going to put 1, so that will be 1 raised to the power of 4 plus 1 raised to the power of 3 plus 1 when we substitute 1. Now when we substitute 0, we are going to have 0 raised to the power of 4 plus 0 raised to the power of 3 plus 0. And this is all 0. And this will give me 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equals to 3. Square units. Because we already know that it's area. So integral, it shows that integral of 0 from 0 to 1 of 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 1 with respect to the x is equals to 3 square units. Thank you very much. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the integrals of trigonometric functions.